We're 10 million market cap. The neighbor is 1 billion. The other successful player in Colombia, they're all over 100 million market cap. So it's just a question of time. If we have success, we will see a huge upside potential in the stock. And we start drilling in the next 2 months for the first time. So it's now or never.
Gold Invest. Explore opportunity.
Quimbaya Gold, ticker QIM on the CSE, for us is one of the most exciting gold stories to come out of South America in a long time. We are very happy, therefore, to be able to talk to CEO Alexandre Poirier-Boivin and get more details. Welcome, Alexandre.
Hey, thank you for having me today. Very happy. First interview in Germany.
Well, let's see if we can even make you talk German when we are done with our wizardry.
That's my problem. I don't talk German, but I like the beer.
Well, that's a good start. And to start us off here, perhaps you could give us a bit of background on yourself and your team, which is always interesting with the smallish companies. And I gather you had a very interesting new addition quite recently.
Me, I'm Canadian, born and raised in Canada, a mining country. Also, I have moved down south for the last 10 years. It's been more than 10 years, a decade that I'm in Colombia. I felt in love in the country. You know, as a French Canadian speaking Spanish, it's very close to French, to Latin base. So I decided to invest myself in Colombia for developing gold asset there. That's my background for Colombia. And our new VP exploration, Ricardo Sierra, he has been there. He's born and raised in Colombia. He has been involved with Anglo-American, Continental Gold, Collective Mining, Antioquia Gold, name it. It's been more than 18 years that he is working in the industry. He has participated at very good project. In our team in Quimbaya, we're not only looking for talent, but we're looking for experience and knowledge, people that they already had success in the past. It's always helping to see the future for Quimbaya.
For sure. It sounds like he knows his way around the area. So that brings us to our next question. You're active in Colombia, as you said. Why, apart from your love for the country? And what is the environment there for smaller explorers?
First, I think where you work, you have to love the country. You have to love the culture. Let's say you tell me, Alex, go work in Alaska. I don't think I will go. I like the sun and the good weather. That said, Colombia, most underexplored country in all South America. Over the last 2 years and a half, 8 licenses for production. Big success story that happened in the last, let's say, decade, 15 years. We're looking at companies started from 10 million market cap to billions of dollars. So huge opportunity. I think big misunderstanding by the investors. There is a big gap because, let's say, for the first time, left government, like scary a little, it will become the next, maybe Venezuela. But on the other side, the big guys, when I'm saying the big guys, I'm saying the guys that they already made money in the past in the mining industry are doing business in Colombia. Look at Ari Sussman did Continental Gold, and now they're doing collective mining. Frank Justra, why Frank Justra entering in Colombia? He could have been everywhere in the world. He did invest in Aris Mining and now Liberal Copper. Jan Telfer from Goldcorp, Neil Wooder, why they're going in Colombia. I think there is a big sign that it's underevaluated because of a misperception from the market and the investor. That's why I'm in Colombia. And also, there is no competition for the moment in Colombia. We are the only new Quimbaya Gold over the last 3 years. It's very easy to know why, because everybody was scared and only the rich guy have the opportunity to buy very good asset. Look at collective mining now, 500 million plus, right? It's not bad.
No, it isn't. It isn't. So then we know why in Colombia, but tell us what exactly is the company doing there, i.e. what are your projects? I think they are all in a region called Antioquia.
Also in Colombia, what I can just add to the last question, there is 50 million people and big infrastructure. So if you need to go to your project and you need people to work, it's possible. Example, I was in Guyana, not so far away. It's very hot right now, Guyana, but there is 800,000 people, no infrastructure, nothing. Even if you find the best gold district, like good luck, you're going to do world before, right? Quimbaya is very simple. We're focused in Antioquia. That's the most advanced department in gold production in Colombia. 50% of the gold's coming from there. If you look at the big success story, I mean, not only discovery, but going to production, it's in Antioquia. So that's why we focus in Antioquia. It's all accessible by road, power, electricity, people to work, and a big mining community, because a lot of people making money from the mining industry there. So we're there for that reason. We have 59,000 hectares, 3 projects. Our main focus flagship project, it's Tahami in Segovia. It's neighbor to Iris Mining Segovia, one of the richest high-grade gold production in the world. We have the same vein structure northeast, and we're looking, let's say, to define resources there.
Okay, interesting. To get a bit more detail on what you're doing there with the Tahami South, which is your main project, as you said, you just flew or are flying a LiDAR survey. Is that? Can you explain a bit what you're trying to do there? Is that one of the first steps now?
Well, it's more than a first step. We have made a lot of acquisition. Remember that Colombia, it's misunderstood by the investor. So it means that you can buy assets right now cheaper than normally. Okay, I have been there for 14 years. It was way more expensive before. So right now, as a small startup company, a junior, for us, our strategy in Quimbaya was to consolidate the most of quality asset for a decent price for the moment, because we think it's going to change. Remember that in 1 year and 3 months, there's going to be a new election, maybe back right. And we're seeing a lot of success in Colombia. It's getting hot. Look at Collective, look at Iris Mining. So we have done the LiDAR. We're doing some geochemistry mapping, basically doing some trenches. We have identified the vein system from Iris Mining continuing on our asset. So the LiDAR, it's just going to throw out the vegetation, and it's going to help us following the system to finalize our drilling program strategy. And we will start drilling as soon as possible. So we're there. We know we have the vein system. It's orogenic vein system with high-grade ore shoot zones. And that's the challenge, basically, to find the ore shoots and create some blocks of resources or reserve, and we'll be ready to mine.
Okay, interesting. You're saying you want to start drilling as soon as possible. What does it mean? What do you think when you will be able to have drills on the ground?
We have planned to start drilling in March, April. The very good advantage in Quimbaya, I will say, it's a 10 million market cap. Okay, Neighbor, it's 1 billion market cap. Iris Mining Segovia, it's their cash cow. All the other projects that they have, they are in construction or permitting. So they are only making money with that asset right now. If they advance well with the other asset, I'm pretty sure we're going to see Iris performing, and it's going to be a way better market cap. But that said, we have partner. Let's say in Colombia, we have 3 top geologists. Dr. Stuart Redwood, who has found Marmato, multi-million ounces. Nicolas Lopez was for IM Gold and Mineros. And also we have seen Ricardo Sierra, I just presented. So we have the top 10 geologist team in Colombia. We have partnership also with Independence Drilling for 100,000 meters. Which juniors doing that? And we call every campaign, they can take up to 100% in shares. So all the partners and the team is there. And we're looking to drill, like I said, 4,000 meters in March, April, starting. Also, in that type of deposit, when we will find the ore shoots, we will definitively accelerate the drilling campaign. We're starting with 4,000 meters, but we have way more ambition than that. And just for your information, Iris Mining Segovia, they are doing 100,000 meters a year, and they are in expansion of their mine right now, 2,000 tons per day to 3,000 tons per day, 220,000 ounces yearly production. They want to do 300,000 ounces production. I mean, they will not invest that money if they didn't know they can do it, right?
Probably, yes. Well, that's very interesting, which incidentally brings us to the next question again, because I was going to ask you about the financing, what the situation is like. One of the biggest items that is there for the explorers is the drill cost. So when you're saying they are going to take a lot of or all of the drilling cost in stock, that's reserves or well, that leaves you a lot of more cash than when you had to put it all out, put it into the drill bit. But still, of course, it would be better to have the stock at a higher price. So it would be better or easier to finance more drilling, right? So is it easy otherwise to finance your company at the moment, or easier than it was?
It's easier, but for sure it's the biggest challenge because Quimbaya, it's the only new co in Colombia over the last 3 years. The only one. What I'm seeing in this market, gold went up, production went up, like let's say the producer went up, the advanced exploration companies went up and they are financing, and the juniors, let's say pre-discovery deal, they don't have love right now. And it's normal. I will say why. Because the institution, they cannot touch it. They cannot buy it. It's too small or it's not advanced enough. And it's giving a big opportunity to the retail investor. I mean, I'm putting my own money in Quimbaya, and I'm sure I'm going to make money in the future. It's just a question of time. That said, it's a hard environment to raise money for a pre-discovery company. The chance that we have in Quimbaya, we have the right people. We have a very nice base, shareholder base from Europe, family offices. And you know the mentality in Europe. They are long-term investors. They understand what we're doing. And they know it's going to pay big tomorrow. The other thing, we're limited because it's a 10 million market cap. I cannot go like raise 5 million and dilute all the shareholders. So I have to do small tranches, 1 million at a time. And that's the most hard part because I think it's easier to raise 10 million than to raise 1 million, right?
So sometimes it is, sometimes.
So that's our biggest challenge for the moment. Keep the share price at a good level. Do not dilute too much because like there is no love in the market. And when love is going to come back, we're going to see a big increase in the share price. And definitively, the goal as an entrepreneur, it's to create value for the shareholders. So we're trying to build and finance on the way up. But it's funny because Quimbaya, it never has been drilled, but it has been mined, right? So I'm very, very optimistic with gold discovery and financing. I think we will always be able to do it. We have proved it. Imagine in a hard market like that when nobody can go in Colombia and buying asset and finance. We did it. We raised more than 5 million hard cash. It's not so big, but it's good for a startup.
That's certainly true. Certainly true. Really looking forward how this is going to develop, and perhaps also the love, as you say, will come back when you prove up and when you hit it. Because if you hit, then the chances are good. Looking at Aris Mining, that it's going to be high grade, right?
Of course. For Tahami, we're looking for high grade vein system, orogenic. And for my Tamac, our second project, that it's 25 kilometers northeast from Collective Mining, we're looking for porphyry gold and copper. It's 33,000 hectares. I mean, for sure, there is gold. And the real question is, are we going to be able to define good amount at a cheap price, good investment, and create value for the shareholders? And at the end, there is two ways to make money. Discovery, and also make sure that you can permit your project and make a mine. And in Segovia, that's where we focus our attention because all people around us are producers. All people around us producer. We're the only one in exploration.
To sum it all up, give us a 30-second investment pitch. Why should people consider taking a position in Quimbaya Gold right now?
It's very easy. We're 10 million market cap. The neighbor is 1 billion. The other successful player in Colombia, they're all over 100 million market cap. So it's just a question of time. If we have success, we will see a huge, huge upside potential in the stock. And we start drilling in the next 2 months for the first time. So it's now or never.
Okay. That's a great finishing quote, I think, here. Thank you very much for taking the time, and good luck. And we'll be sure to talk again once there's new developments. Thank you.
Yes, thank you to having me today.
Gold Invest. Explore opportunity.